Hello, welcome. This is Kenshin1913 and I am starting a brand new Let's Play. Forget all you knew about Breath of Fire and let us begin the last. Yes, this is Let's Play Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, or Breath of Fire 5. And yes, this is a game that is very, very different than most of the Breath of Fire games you've seen before. Anyways, I'd like to throw out a huge thank you to Fade Dragontear for helping me figure out how to get the PS2 emulator working just right for this game. And I'd like to thank Veteran0121 for helping me get the PS2 emulator working in the first place from a long time ago. Anyways, we're going to start ourselves a new game. We have options. We've got... I'll probably just go into options as we go through the game. Anyways, let's start a new game. Now, again, forget everything you knew about Breath of Fire as we start this new game. And here we gotta name our hero. Our blue-haired hero, which is still the same. And his name is, if you just hit start, it goes right to Ryu. So, this is who we're gonna be, Ryu. And we're going to create a save file on our memory card. Yay. So yeah, I'll explain stuff as we go through the game. Yeah, and as you can see, Ryu is going to be talking in this game. We're actually going to, Ryu is not a silent protagonist like he was in the other various most people will say that this game is not very good. But you know what? I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think if you take this game and don't put it with the context of any of the other Breath of Fire games, this game is actually quite good. Now, as you can see, well, we have cel-shaded graphics for this game. What else do I want to mention? It's basically on the PS2. It's more of a survival kind of RPG than anything else. So let's go through stuff, okay? Who is that person we just saw? That is Ryu's partner. His name is Bosch, okay? Now we have these D ratios, as you can see in the right hand side there. And Ryu's D ratio is 1 out of 8,192. Now, the thing is about D ratios is the higher that they are, or the lower that they are, like 1 out of whatever, 62, let's say, or D ratios, I think, means the closer you are related to a dragon or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. You're going to have to give me some time to remember. Anyways, you've got Zenny, okay, money. You've got party experience, which we will accumulate, which you can give to each character in the game. And you can have them level up using just party experience, which is pretty nice. You have retries, which I'll go into later. And then time, obviously. Now you got items. Now you only have a certain amount of items that you can hold. I think you can hold up to 9 of certain type of item. And right now we only have two, I guess you would call them menus or whatever. So yeah, we will get more, but at this point our items are very limited. I gotta remember to use this thing. We can sort them, we can look at key items. And the next thing we have here is traps. I'll go into traps in more detail as we go into it. Equip. In this game, you can have up to 3. You can have on one person. You can have up to 3 different types of 3 weapons, 3 shields, and 3 armors. Okay, and those I'll explain later. Then you have skills, which you can put onto your weapons as you learn them, or steal them from wherever. I forget exactly how that works, but yeah, it's very, very, very different than any of the other games you've ever played before. And I'm gonna say that this game, if it wasn't called Breath of Fire, kind of like Final Fantasy 13, if it wasn't called Final Fantasy, it would probably be an excellent game. But this game is actually very good. I like it a lot. It's just it's hard, and it's one of those games where they made it so that you can't beat it like in one playthrough. That's why they have these things. Oh no, I don't have any experience. That's why they have these things like you can give up like right away, and then you don't lose anything except like items and whatnot. I forget exactly. I will get all this information straight as we go through the game. Don't you worry. You can change message speed, vibration, stereo, all this stuff. You can change it all if you want. So let's actually start exploring the world. Now if you hit the square button, you'll see your health, or if you just stand around. If you hit the circle button, you actually see where you are on the world map. Now this game actually takes place underground, which is kind of like, if you think about it, kind of like how Breath of Fire 4 kind of feels like it mimics a little bit of Breath of Fire 1 with the battle system and whatnot. This game kind of mimics Breath of Fire 2 in the fact that the dragons eventually went underground and they were protecting against the goddess and all that. So let's go out into the world. And the music's great in this game. I really like the music. And, you know, the game mechanics, as soon as you learn stuff about it, you know, it's a pretty fun game. And actually, there's certain things, like, as you play the game and beat the game, you'll eventually get, like, a higher D ratio, and then you can open up doors and stuff. Like, right now, Ryu's D ratio is really low, so he can't really do much, and all these people are going to taunt him about having to use such a low-level D. Anyways, you want to look around and talk to these people. And basically what Ryu is he's a ranger. And what rangers do is, okay. But yeah, he's a ranger, and what they do is they take care of genetics, or whatever they are, genetics. And they're like monsters, basically. And when you go out and you protect the people from rogue genetics, or whatever you want to call them. I don't really care at this point. But yeah, I'd again like to thank the Dragontear and Veteran0121 for helping out with the PS2 stuff. Because I'm playing this on an emulator, because I think if I had to play this on a console, it would be very, very difficult. So yeah, our partner there, his name was Bosch. And the funny thing about Bosch is that actually in the Breath of Fire 2 game, basically Bosch was Bo. That was his name in the Japanese version. His name was Bosch. You know, Bo the dog. That was him. So apparently the Rangers are kind of government lapdogs. Or, I don't know, they ration out food to people. Rangers are they're kind of like mercenary military kind of thing. I think that's no wait, which one's Captain Zeno? I don't know, it's not that one. But let's talk to this guy. Hello, lady! Yeah, and they're talking about Bosch being the golden boy. Because his D ratio is very small, like, I think it's like 1 out of 64 or something like that. Yeah, and apparently, I don't know, if you do better, you can get a higher D rank or something. I'll go into all that as we go through the game. And look, here's Bosch here. Now you see these things on the bottom right hand corner here. Basically, if you've been playing the game and you don't want to watch the scenes again, I believe you can hit R1 or R2 and you can kind of fast forward through these scenes. But I'm not going to, because I want to show them. And actually, as your D ratio goes up, you'll see different scenes throughout the game, so that they want you to play this game multiple times, because again, you won't be able to get through in one run. You'll have to retry and train a little bit and continue on. So anyways, Bosch is 1 out of 64, that's his D ratio, and Ryu's at 1 out of 8,192. This is Captain Zeno. She's the head of the Rangers here. This is one of the last PS2 games that the whole game didn't have any voice acting, because this game could have been pretty good. So now we're going to talk about our first mission, and yeah, the company that we're going to be protecting is BioCorp. Where to? Take the transport lift down the low sector labs. What cargo? And what is BioCorp? Received reports of surge in Trinity activity. Now Trinity is a kind of like a I wouldn't call them terrorists, but I'm pretty sure they'll call them terrorists. They're like a rogue group of people who do stuff. Of course, Ryu. Please wait outside. Will do. the reason that they live underground is because supposedly like the air in the upper level actually got kind of crappy or something, and so they moved everyone down. You guys still say the same thing? Yeah, you guys still say the same. Well, you used to have to say. Alright, yeah, let's hear some advice. Fight on your terms using bombs and bait. We'll call it, basically they call it positive encounter and tactic system, or PETs. Essentially, this battle starts when the first blows are exchanged. Yeah, I'll explain this. Grab that. I'm sure the cargo must be full of some nasty, slimy stuff. Oh, maybe. Hey there. Yeah, any advice? Yeah, so there's an attack button, which I believe is the square button. And Ryu has an attack where he uses the sword, and Bosch will have an attack where he actually kicks. Yeah, let's hear some advice. And you can lure monsters with bait to avoid unnecessary battles. Alright, so in the next episode, we'll head over to the lift and begin our first mission. This has been Kenshin 1913, and I will see you later. Bye-bye. Actually, before I leave, if anyone has any tips about battle mechanics and whatnot, you can let me know. Let me know ahead of time if possible.